few weeks back I had a call with Alexandre Le Portrait, who asked me to do more how-to videos, and not long epic movies, but more short and concise videos with very specific steps on how to draw anything from your imagination. Today we have picked this one from Sprawl Brawl. So I'm gonna show you guys how to draw a car, and very specifically how to draw a BMW sedan. Now, if you feel like I need to draw anything, share it in the comments, because you never know, your comment might be picked for the next video. And now, without further ado, let's go! So here we have the car, and the first thing we're gonna do before we actually start drawing is to just observe and analyze the image a little bit. Because I think a lot of people, they jump too quickly into drawing, but it was Einstein who said if he had to solve a problem within 60 minutes, he would spend 55 minutes thinking about the problem and the last 5 minutes about the solution. And that's exactly what is applicable here, because we're gonna spend a lot of time just observing and looking at this car, and then the last bit is the drawing. But that is not actually the most important thing. And we're gonna do that by looking at 3 things: size, proportion, and details. Now the first step, size, is just we're going to be looking at how is this car in relation to other cars. If we look at it from a distance, how is it different from a Smart, a truck, or whatever. Now if we pick the most average car there is, which is a Hyundai, you can actually see that this car, this BMW sedan, is a lot more elongated. It's a lot longer. And if we compare it with a different vehicle like a truck, you can actually see that the height is smaller, of course. If I had to draw a box containing this car, it would look a little bit like this. Now the second step is looking at the proportions. And the proportions is just how are the landmarks of the car, and the landmarks are, for example, the grille, the wheels, the side mirrors, the doors. Where are they positioned within this box? So if we start with drawing a box around this car, and the most simple landmark is the middle of the car, so we just draw across to find the middle. You can actually see that the middle of the car is very close to the middle of the front door. That's a bit weird, because I was expecting that the middle of the car would be between the front door and the second door, or the back door. And this actually shows us that the whole middle section of the car, or where we sit, is pretty in the back. And that's actually kind of logical, because of course in the front is the whole engine. And another thing that I recognize looking at the proportions is that we have, of course, the body of the car, and then we have the roof. I think that it almost seems that 1/3 is the top and 2/3 is the body of the car. Let's draw these proportions in this yellow box. And the last step are the details. And the details for this car are, for me, the wheels. You know, they are pretty big, these wheels, because, you know, if you have big wheels, you got big bucks. And another thing, of course, is the grille we have over here. This grille, you know, whenever anybody in the world knows that this is a BMW, big wheels. Now, thing already is with the word big is that, you know, what is big? So we see that if we had to measure it to the top line where the glass meets the body of the car, we can actually say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this part, it's very close to the top of the hood, right? So we have the wheels here, it's about this size, and over here. Now that we've done all these things, this is like how we observe the reference image, and now we can actually start with drawing the car. And as you can see, here we're using the same colors for the drawing that we used in the study. And the reason I'm doing that is because normally I would go straight into making the car, but I do visualize these different colors. Not specifically the colors, but I do visualize these steps of, you know, size, proportion, and detail. But mainly size and proportion. If there's one thing that I learned that I really want to share with you guys, is that slow down. There's no haste in drawing. If you just spend time in observing the reference image and really get an understanding of what the size of your object or figure is and what the proportions are, and then visualize them in your mind and then do the drawing, you'll see that your drawings and illustrations will greatly improve. And there you have it, a drawing of a BMW sedan. Now I hope this video was helpful for you guys and gave you a better understanding on how to approach drawing a car, but actually any object. And I really want to thank Sprawl2Brawl for commenting and letting me know that this is something that needs to be made, because without you guys, these videos wouldn't make any sense. And I really want to help beginning artists or any artist to, get a better understanding on how to develop themselves, get better at drawing anything. So from the deepest from my heart, thank you for watching this video and commenting. Really, spread the love. Now, there's one thing left to talk about before we exit this video, and that's the concept of big, medium, small. It's a concept that is widely known within the art world, and it's mostly used in design. But the thing is that we also used it in this video to approach the study, right? Size is big, medium is proportion, and small is details. Now, when I was a beginning artist, I would approach this triangle from the bottom. So I would start with details, then work to proportions, and I wouldn't even care about size. But now that I've, really developed myself, I'm more and more starting to approach from size. So, start with the big things first. That's really the main message I want to give in this video, is to start by looking at the big things first. I hope that this was helpful. Share again in the comments if you want to see me draw anything. You never know when it might end up into a video. But for now, I want to thank you for watching. Hit that subscribe button and of course, stay drawing. Adios.